Wow, I'll tell you what, man, those are some beautiful cars you had there on the track last year. So that's what we're talking about, you know, and that was packed. Did you see all, I mean, there were so many people, and that was a $5,000 race last year. So we're talking about, we're going to start this off this year. You're going to start this year off with that same type of race. So if you want to come out and you want to watch some super awesome racing, or hey, if you've got a car, I'm telling you, and Rick, you can back me up on this one, every car is made to race, right? I mean, without a doubt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every car. I tell you what, every car is made to race, you know. And if Pops doesn't think it's made to race, give it to your son. He'll bring it out and he'll race
that's
it.
right. And I will tell you this: that if and I'm a 100% believer in this. That, you know, if you're going to race, don't do it out on the streets. Don't do it on the interstate. Come out to the racetrack. I mean, if you need to get out there and you know, I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. I mean, I race. I get people want to race me all the time on the regular track, or out on the street. But I tell people just go to the track. I mean, it's so much fun to go out there, and it's so many competitors too. But anyway, so back to what you were talking about. We're talking about the race on February 29th, a $5,000 guarantee. Gates open at you said
11 a.m. Gates open at 11 a.m. and we'll eliminations at 2. It's probably the first. It's a 5,000 where we're starting quick, and there's going to be. 2,000 guaranteed from Sanders. I got to talk to Sanders. Hey, actually, this is good. Hey, Sanders, David, you need to sign that sponsorship. So from Sanders, and then we're having 5,000. We're having close to $25,000 events this year.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Now we had a bunch scheduled last year, not that many, but last year the rain seemed to hit the. You know, actually, if we would have last year gone to Vegas and said it's going to rain on the dates that we had 5,000 to win,
you won big.
We would have won big.
Yeah.
It'd been like the Titans win the Super Bowl.
That's right.
We would have been there.
Yeah.
It's like, well, 5,000 in this rain. Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
So hopefully we're not doing that this year.
Right.
Is there some dance we can do to make it like?
Man, I don't know, but I tell you, it did seem like, and some of the guys were saying it was because every time I showed up, it rained. And I'm thinking, well, we all showed up and it rained. It's like, why are you blaming me?
Wow.
They're like, well, you're the guy driving the Lexus, and I'm like, well,
Yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah. But so that's going to be a big, huge event, and we are also going to be posting that along with a lot of other events that are coming up in the future as well. So I think probably too, you want to tell everybody about your sponsors that you have this year. You have several sponsors this year. In fact, I'm happy to announce that Baggerbuck is going to be a bigger sponsor this year. We've sponsored last year in Fastest Car in 615. But you know, who all sponsors, and let's talk. In fact, let's talk about that a little bit, because you know, I mean, this is a racing community, right? So, and we'll talk about the banquet in a minute. But we just went to the banquet. This was their annual banquet, and then that's the awards and the trophies and the cash that's awarded at the end of the year. But you know, kicking off this year, that's going to happen again at the end of this race season. But that sponsorship is so important, and something that I realized and made me want to be a bigger sponsor was being at the banquet and seeing all the other sponsors and seeing this community of great folks that are actually, I mean, it's like a big family. And I think, you know, if you watch the banquet, it was expressed that way, you know, as well, you know, because you know, all the people are close and everybody wants to see somebody else achieve, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us about who your sponsors are and how that kind of plays a role with the track, and how they can become a sponsor. Actually, if you're out there and you want to become a sponsor, give them that information, Rick.
That's great, Donovan. If you want to be a sponsor, contact me. Contact the racetrack on the website musiccityraceway.com. There's a link. It'll come right to me. But that is so important. The sponsors are. We're right. This is really when we get the sponsors, and we can give you, the sponsor, maximum exposure now. Like in July when we're racing and flyers are done, and we've already done like shows and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like racingbanker.com. Michael Boatwright.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, he does racingbanker.com. He great sponsor. He's on his 6th year of the special trophy that Philip won, and. Mm-hmm. He is one. It's a magic formula of half of the entry goes to them that night, the other half goes in the pool. End of the year, there's $3,000.
That's a lot of money.
And he matches. That's a lot of money. And Phil Bodiford won it last year. And plus, your name goes on a recognition plaque on the special piston Antrim Trophy piston trophy. It's heavier and crap, but it's
big.
It's big,
yeah.
and it's got some great racers in there. Thomas Kleppen's on there. Golly, I can't remember everybody's name, but Micah Estes is on there. Michael Boatwright won his own race last year.
Yeah.
He was getting ready to double up. I'm glad he didn't double up. I'm not glad he didn't double up, but you know, it'd been like a fix. People are gonna have to impeach him or something. You know, if he didn't do it right.
But
so,
he was down to the wire, though. I mean, he was right there.
He was right there.
They were racing. And,
yeah. So he is at racingbanker.com. He is a guy in the racing community, and you're right, it's a family. So if you're interested in doing something with loans, titles, contact him. Hilltop Pond and Loan. They're locally. They're our pro sponsor, and they've been our pro sponsor for 10 years. But they sponsor the pro class, and of course we wear them out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shoot. Hilltop Pond, they do a great job. Boozer Lose It, the state of Tennessee is involved also with the Boozer Lose It and then recycling used oil. And that's why you see those announcements all the time, because we want you to A, not drive home drunk, B, have somebody who can help you get home if you need to get home. That's why we called your name out, because some people want to get drunk and they go home in a Lexus.
Is that what? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. The Boozer, that's good. And then Hoffman's Body Shop, the Junior Dragster, they've been a Junior Dragster sponsorship for forever. Who's a Texas Roadhouse, right here in Hendersonville.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite places to go, man. I love that place. You know.
Yeah.
I do. Well, actually, all the sponsors so far. I mean, I've met a lot of them, and I like a lot of them. And you know, there's very few that, and there's few I hadn't met, but who's some other ones?
Texas Roadhouse, there's Sanders Auto Sales. They're the ones that sponsors the Pro Class also. The Pro Class races. They don't step on the toes of Hilltop Pond and all, but Pro Sanders Auto Sales, and they are just north of here in Gallatin, towards Portland. Sanders Auto Sales. Glenn and Dave Sanders, great guys. I mean, they'll take care of you if you. And then there's Duke's Record Service. They sponsor our bike class. Duke's Record Service has been a sponsor of bike class for a long time, and basically,
I've called them before.
And you've called them because.
Just have car tow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what you want to do is if, and I tell Duke's Record Service, I said, they go, well, who should I call? I go, call Duke's Record Service. They know where the track is.
Yeah, that's right.
They're like a family. They'll treat you right. They're not going to be like Alfred's Record Service, you know, and wherever. Oh, there's probably a real Alfred's Record Service. But we don't know where the track. They'll go to the round track, you know.
Right.
Yeah, so Duke's Record Service they're a great sponsor. Hoffman's, Dukes, Sanders Auto Sales, RacingBanker.com, Quick Fuel, and they're our right lane sponsor. Our left lane sponsor is All Things Chrome.
All Things Chrome.
They do All Things Chrome. Does a great job. And if you ever meet Mike Archibald, the proprietor of All Things Chrome, take a deep breath because he's great.
Yeah, he's
and he races and he does support racing community. And you need to stop by his place and check out All Things Chrome. So, and you know what? I don't want to forget that Bagger Bucks has upped it to a different level.
Yeah,
You were the sponsor of the street class, giving it additional exposure, and through social media are just total. You asked me what's changed. Well, you're part of what's making it change.
Oh, I appreciate that. Man. Well, I love the community. I love the track. And so me and Randy's Auto Repair did the 615, fastest car in 615 last year. We're doing it again this year, which is really cool. But you know, and of course you see me and Carl carrying cameras around and doing a lot of that. But we also you know, we're located. Our shops are located right here in Hendersonville, so we do a little bit of everything. We do high performance, all the high performance products, Holley and all 33 companies that Holley has. We also do low car. We do, and there's so many different ones. Wheel Pros and nitrous. We do NOS bottles. We fill. We're a refill station. We also install nitrous systems. So yeah. I mean, if you ever need anything, Randy's Auto Repair and BRBCustoms are right here, and we do a lot of projects together as well. And if you saw us at the LS Fest in Bowling Green, you would. I mean, telling you, we had a great show. We had a couple booths there. We'll be back out this year again with Sockman. In fact, I'm gonna see if I can get Sockman to come out to the track this year, and you know, we can do a burnout competition or something. Can you do something like that?
We could do that.
Yeah.
We could do that. Yeah, I saw Sockman or the video at Beach Bend. It was great. We can absolutely. Isn't he Sockman back here?
Stockman, yeah, he's Randy's Auto Repair. Yeah, I mean he's actually Carl's brother, and so you know they'll take good care of you right here in Hendersonville if you have any auto repair needs of whatsoever. And he works on all my vehicles. So yeah, super great folks, and also you'll see a lot of the guys from my shop and his shop, and we're usually out at the track or we're going somewhere or filming something, we're doing something cool. But we have really enjoyed what I'd say partnership is, and as far as a sponsorship, but also partnership. You know, I gave away a bunch of T-shirts out there at the track this year. Man, that was a lot of fun, and people coming into the gate, and it was a couple of big races too.
Yeah.
And so that was super fun. But hey, look, when you come out to the track, so when you come in to the gate, and you know that if you have any questions whatsoever, you can ask Donna. She'll be at the gate. She can help you. You're usually at the gate, or Charlotte's at the gate. But if you have any questions, you know, whatsoever, we can get you with somebody that has information too on if you're wanting to race or whatever you're looking to answer, basically.
Donna's good at it. Trevor's good at it.
Trevor, yeah.
And Nina, also the tower, will answer. But,
yeah.
And I remember the shirts you gave out at the big events. All of a sudden, everybody at this big events wearing Bagger Buck shirts, and everybody's going, you know.
That was a lot of fun.
And the first couple times you came in your Lexus, and everybody opened up the trunk, and there was this nitrous bottle in there.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, you know, it's immediately, what's going on with this nitrous bottle of Lexus?
Well, you know that you know the thing is that we do high performance products. We do cool stuff. And you know, an LC 500 Lexus is just, you know, there's not really much you can do to it. So, but it does like nitrous, and it does run faster. So actually, we got a few videos of it out there. But you know, the biggest thing I think, you know, with that is, you know, part of that is we've been doing products for drag racers out there for years, and you know, dashes or bottles or helmets or whatever it may be. So it's kind of been, it's really, quite honestly, it's a perfect fit for Bagger Buck and Music City Raceway to have this this ongoing partnership and sponsorship. And so I look forward to it. So I'm gonna start planning on some cool stuff this year too that we can do. In fact, I may give away a bottle this year in one of the races. Man, and that one right there is a really pretty bottle. We've got a lot of different ones, American flags, but man, we'll do some different things out there this year too. So any other dates or sponsors that you want to cover there, Rick, that you can think of? We got.
Well, Quickfield, I want to mention Quickfield because they've been with us for a long time in the right lane.
Oh, that's right.
And they do a great job. Quickfield does a great job for us. I already mentioned All Things Chrome. And of course, everybody that sponsors with us, we want to give maximum visibility. And the sponsors also, we put their, on a winner circle, we take their picture, we put them in there, whether they're Texas Roadhouse, Renegade Racing, Hoffman's Body Shop, Hilltop Pond and Loan, Sanders Automotive. You know, we try to get that social media. It used to be, you asked me a great question, how has it changed? So much. It used to be where we were actually the first racetrack with a website back in '96.
Oh wow!
I mean,
you were cutting edge.
We were cutting edge back then. You had to like do little pictures and JPEGs and stuff. But it was, and then after that, it was like the next year. All of a sudden, they were like 200. It was just boom, it blew up. So, I think we mentioned most of our sponsors, and the social media away from the track is important.
It is, yeah.
It is
really
very important.
Yeah.
And honestly, what you're doing, where people are welcome to either the sponsor store or the racetrack, and your involvement, super plus. I mean,
well,
that is.
Cool. I appreciate.
I mean,
that.
you can only do so much, but you've got a great store here, and if you haven't visited your store here, man, you need to visit it.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're right here in Hendersonville, and yeah, come on in. We have a nice showroom. You come in and take a look at what we do. Hydrographics, custom paint. We do deer hunting products. We even sell musical instruments. Can you imagine that? But and we also dip them. But we do really cool stuff, and a lot of stuff you'll see in different areas. You know, like the Coca-Cola and the Gap Daniels bottle that we did at the LS Fest. That went pretty big. It was a big hit for us. A lot of people liked that product that we did, the double bottle on the C4 Corvette. That was really cool. The LC 500 was really cool. And of course this Corvette here, which I'm telling you right now, yeah, this Corvette right here, if you want to see something cool, this will be out on the track around April. So, and as soon as I get it, we're gonna tear it apart. We're gonna put it all back together. But it's gonna look a lot different than it looks now. But it's gonna look a lot the same. But there's gonna be a lot of extra custom stuff that we do to this car. So that will be at your track, and you know, hopefully it'll be a pretty cool deal. I actually am trying to set it up where I can race the LC. You know, of course, I know this car's gonna beat the LC, but back to talking about the track and the sponsorship. So if you're looking to get involved with a great community and family, and I'm telling you, it's packed out there on the weekends, and you want to become a sponsor, if you want to come out and you want to race, you can contact Rick, and we have information below as well to get in touch with him, or you can go to Music City Raceway and just you can get in touch with Rick here. And like I said, it's been great for me, and you know, the community's great, and I just can't say enough about what you're doing on a track that's been here a long time. And I think somewhere I was reading there, you might know better than me, but Richard Petty.
Yeah.
Richard Petty. I mean, we're talking about, this is huge. He raced out there.
Yeah, he did.
And this is back when this is old school stuff now. This is way back, but
yeah.
They were trash talking. They were racing NASCAR down at the fairgrounds, and they were talking about. And you could probably correct me on some of this, or somebody else can. But they actually had a guy that was really good. That it was. I mean, they were just like button heads, and you know, Richard Petty come up, and I think he beat him.
Yeah.
Or got beat, probably both. But that was a big deal, and that was in the Tennessee. And I remember reading an article about it. You know, and I was like, you know, this. You realize how. I mean, that track is, it's just a jewel. I mean, it really is. I mean, we're talking about some big names that have been out on that track, some very famous people that have raced that track back when there wasn't really a lot of places to go race, right?
Thank you, Donovan. You're right. And you could race there legally. We're an NHRA sanctioned track, and you have to go through the front gate, go through tech. You want to make sure that everything's good, because it's a public event, and it's important to us to make sure that we focus on racing and enjoy what people are expecting. And we have been there a long time. Richard Petty's been here. I don't know how many other people are. Country music singers just show up every once in a while. Mandrell's kids show up one time, and but that's been a while. They just show up.
Didn't you have a music video, a country music video or something?
Oh, Billy Ray Cyrus did one with Disney. They rented the track one day, and they put a drum set in the middle of the racetrack. It was great.
That's awesome.
And
that's awesome.
I can't remember. There've been a lot. We had Street Outlaws there. We had the winner of the Memphis race at our track the day before, setting a record. I think he went 440 something.
Wow.
440.
Wow, that's fast.
And let off.
And let
off his Camaro. You know, and that was really interesting. But everything in that car was. You know, we said, do we just put some sticky down for that? He goes, it doesn't matter, it'll run on ice. I'm going, really? I thought, really? There's some races going, there's ice out there anyway. You know,
well, that's really cool, because I'm telling you, you know, and if you want to go and have a great time, take the kids. I mean, it's a great place, great family place, and you know, people have and have been going out there for many years, but I'm telling you, man, it's something. If you're local to Nashville, Tennessee, then you need to come out. Or if you're in somewhere else and you plan on visiting Nashville, and you know you're going to come and do a vacation here, whatever it may be, you need to come out and check out Music City Raceway. I'm telling you, it is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of cool cars, a lot of fast cars, and this community here in Nashville has really been growing by a lot.
Yes.
You know? So it's exciting time. It's a lot of fun. So if you're, you know, California flyer, Nashville, go to Music City Raceway. If you like high performance fast cars, and all of the racers, I'm telling you, all of the racers are super friendly. I mean, there really is. There's not a stranger out there, I don't believe. You know, Mike Archibald with All Things Chrome. Now, because you brought him up, and you know, he has a big shop, and you know, he does custom motorcycles, and he's pretty famous, really.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's all over the country as far as his motorcycles and some of his paint jobs, and some of the custom builds that he does are amazing.
Yeah.
He's got some really talented folks that work out there.
Yeah.
So, so for that type of thing, I mean, you know, and you see him at the track too. I mean,
Yeah.
he's constantly racing. He's got probably 3 or 4 rail cars, I think. Or
yeah.
I mean, he is constantly racing.
He's got a harem. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He really does. And but
He's
highly
the one
talented.
on YouTube where he didn't like his bike or something wrong with it, so he put a tow strap on it and dragged it up and down the boulevard.
Oh, did he really? Are you serious? I'll tell you, he is fast though. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he is fast.
Yeah,
Good race, good guy.
Yeah. So, so man, I tell you what, I certainly appreciate you coming out today, and you know, we've spent a little time together, and definitely I want to have you back in again, talk some more. And hey, you know, also, yeah, go ahead. I know you were.
I love your show. It's so well organized. How well organized is it? Look at this.
Yeah.
This guy is one organized dude. Also,
I've got great people though.
Yeah, well, Donovan here, he just took me through his shop here. Everything is so clean, so together. I mean, sometimes you walk in a place and you just kind of, but this place is immaculate. So if you like seeing a place that's immaculate, you're going to get the same product and care. It's true.
Well, I appreciate
it's easy
that.
to say.
I definitely appreciate
You
that.
know.
Yeah, and well, and I'll tell you, you know, it's because I have some great folks. I mean, I mean, you know, putting all this all together. You know, I mean, the crew that I have. I mean, I can't say enough about them that do all the videos and things. So
What we need to do is, you're organized, so we need to get Brock from Beach Bend in here. You know,
Okay.
talk about his schedule. If Dallas can come in, we'll get him in here, and then talk about the different and some of the racers, the exhibition, the jet car guys. Because your questions are great, you know, and some of the racers just simply like to talk. Oh, and our sponsors would love to have Michael Bolt right here talk a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Some real estate, and if we get any new sponsors, it's just a great We're at the track. We run 110 nights a week. We dedicate ourselves to making sure that's right. There's limited time to be able to actually reach out, and you're doing it.
Well, it's
And
yeah.
we appreciate it. You're doing it great.
Well, we enjoy it. I mean, it's a passion, you know. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, come out there and I mean, you hear these cars and they're going fast, and you see the smoke, and I'm telling you, you know, to describe it really doesn't do it much justice unless you just go out there to the track. I mean, that's what it's about, going out there, getting involved locally. And man, they've got everything racing out there. Motorcycles, 4-wheelers, UTVs. I think UTVs are getting ready to be a big thing out there this year. Hopefully, we'll see.
Unlimited TV. That's what we're doing right now.
Unlimited TV.
No, I know. We know what that is. Yeah, I know.
All right, well, hey, Rick, it's been my pleasure having you out here on the show. I'm glad you were able to come and giving us all this information. And hey, listen, let's do this again. You want to? Let's do this again. Let's do a lot more. In fact, if you're out the track, I'm usually, when I'm there, I'm up in the top. You'll see a red light up there, out there doing some videos. So we're going to be doing some videos with some of the other racers too. So if you get out that way and you see me walking around with the camera, say something to me. But we'll do some interviews right there at the track while we're racing. How about that? And then I'll have you back in here and we'll talk about something.
That's great. We'll talk about it. That's live. That's beautiful. You do a great job. Your people with their cameras. If the red light's on the top floor of the tower, that means it's shooting.
We're usually filming. We're usually cutting some
Right.
videos right then. Yep.
It used to mean that you're shooting some proprietary film, but what it means is that you're shooting some good stuff, and we'll talk about it, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And
Yeah.
you're great. You're so good at getting the message out. It's good.
Well, hey, y'all come out the track. We'll see you out there.